Ricky Hatton. Hello, Ricky.
Morning, everyone.
Good
Legend,
morning.
Legend.
Oh, it's great to see you, Ricky. Great to speak to you as well. Thanks for coming on. Where would you like to start? Because there's so much to talk about. Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte. We've got a date for that one now. There's been a lot of I suppose fireworks between the two promoters, let alone the two fighters.
It's not like Tyson to cause fireworks.
No, absolutely not. How do you see that one playing out?
I think Dillian Whyte's been the number one contender now for about three years. So I have a lot of admiration for Dillian Whyte. How he's kept focused. You know what I mean? He's had to go on the back burner while Joshua and Tyson get all the headlines. But now he's got his opportunity. So I'm very grateful for him. But he's played a few silly games himself, hasn't he? Not just Tyson, and in not turning up for the press conference and stuff like that, which is a little bit disrespectful. You know what I mean? You weren't paying money, but obviously, if you don't want to publicise the fight, you're not going to get bums on seats, are you? So I think I think he's been a little bit unprofessional in that area. But it's a great fight, great clash of styles. And, Tyson's been in some absolutely belters lately, isn't he? And it's not nice seeing your mate pulling his backside up off the floor every single fight. But, I mean, it is entertaining. I will give it that.
Ricky, you said there, and you're totally right about there's been a few silly games from Dillian Whyte. And has that surprised you a little bit? Because he's waited, as you said, he's waited for so long for this opportunity. The fact that he's going about it in this type of manner, is that probably the right way to do it?
No, I think he's let himself down a little bit. He's had a little bit more here and there. I mean, he was waiting for his opportunity, as you just said, and it seems to have taken forever. But now he's here. You think he'd be jumping through hoops. But I think he wasn't happy with the. So I'm led to believe. I believe he wasn't happy with the purse he was given, which is the biggest purse of his career by an absolute mile, and then not turning up at press conferences to plug the fight. I mean, he's wanted this fight for as long as we can remember, and he seems. I hope he's not listening to this. He's done me out a little bit, hasn't he? Which I think was a little bit unprofessional. But
what did he say about you, Ricky?
Nothing
personal. Anything personal.
That's why I slag people. But no, I have a lot of respect for Dillian, and I'm absolutely delighted he's got his opportunity. But do you know what I mean? It's just it always seems to happen with boxing, a little bit of silly beggars, doesn't it? And it's happened again.
Do you think that Dillian Whyte has to go for the knockout, or can you see it going the full rounds?
No, I think he has to go for the knockout. I mean, let's have it right. I mean, he's not going to outbox Tyson Fury. He's not going to outspeed Tyson Fury. Tyson for a giant 6'10", he's so versatile. He showed in his last fight and previous fights that he can stand close and mix it up. He can box southpaw, he can box orthodox, he can box from a distance. He's great defensively. So there's no point in Dillian going out there thinking he can outbox Tyson, because he can't. He's got to go for the knockout and try and get that big one in. And Tyson's been on his backside a few times, hasn't he? You know what I mean? So Dillian will know he is capable of landing that shot and beating Tyson. I think it's all about what Tyson Fury turns up. I think Tyson's turned up to it. Tyson lately has been fighting like a 6'10" Rocky Marciano, hasn't he? Yeah. He wants to go to war. He wants to go to war in the trenches with everyone at the minute. And I think for this fight, I think we want to see a bit of the old Tyson Fury distance. Try and break Dillian down a little bit. Let the storm blow itself out a little bit and then come on in the latter round. But I think Dillian's got to go in there and he's got to go for the knockout because I can't see him winning on points.
Ricky, tell us a bit about Box Park Wembley is hosting Fury Fest. That's on the 23rd. Who's going to be there? What is it?
It's just an afternoon. They're going with some former world champions. I believe there's Lennox Lewis. There's Lennox Lewis.
Joe Calzaghe.
Joe Calzaghe. We're having like a dinner, so obviously Ricky Hatton will be there.
Oh wow!
Ricky.
Wow!
Yeah.
What are you doing to yourself?
I'm doing a little bit of me stand up. You know what I mean? To get the day rolling. And I think Tyson, because of his personality, the fact he's the best heavyweight in the world. I mean, it's when Tyson Fury fights these days, it's not just a fight; it's an occasion, isn't it? You know what I mean? Where people can go and buy a ticket, have a nice, afternoon dinner, listen to Lennox Lewis, Joe Kawasaki, and myself, and it just sets you nicely in the mood for the fight at the evening. And we can't get better than Wembley Stadium, can you? It'll be absolutely bouncing, yeah.
I might be up for that, You up for that?
I'll come to that.
You want to come?
Yeah, why not? Is
a
it
little-
23rd?
Yeah, let me just check the Rolodex.
Ricky, I've always wanted to ask this question, and you've mentioned him there, and it's completely off topic. But Lennox Lewis, you spoke about him there, and Tyson Fury. Who would win in a fight, in your opinion?
Oh, no, that's a question.
I've always wanted to ask it to someone who know the answer.
I'm going to give you the answer. I hope Tyson and Lennox aren't listening. But, you know what? I wouldn't like to say. I think it'd be a real flip of the coin thing. Do you know what I mean? I think they're both exceptional. You probably look, Tyson's still going now, but when you look at the heavyweights, through boxing history, you know what I mean? Muhammad Ali would always be the greatest, and there's so many out there. But you'd have to put Lennox Lewis and Tyson certainly in the top 10 heavyweights of all time, wouldn't you? You know what I mean? They're absolutely phenomenal. That would be an absolute fight. I really wouldn't like to say. I'm gonna sit on the fence, big heavy fence like. But no, I think it's a real pick'em. It's a real pick'em. Lennox Lewis was such a masterful boxer, but Tyson's such a box of tricks and so hard to figure out into. So I really wouldn't like to say, mate. No.
Just for people that are listening that fancy it, and you, Carlton Carl, because I know you fancy it as well, if you want to get tickets, they start from about £40, available at boxpark.co.uk. Have a little look at that. Like you say, Joe Kawasaki, Lennox Lewis, Ricky's going to be there as well, Al Foran, the comedian, who I love. I just think he's amazing, really funny as well. There's loads of memorabilia from official Gypsy King merchandise that's going to be there, DJs, competitions, food, all sorts of things. So that is at Box Park Wembley, 23rd of April, Fury Fest. Looking forward to that. But I need to get your thoughts on Manchester City. I can't let you go, Ricky, without getting your thoughts on City tonight, Atletico Madrid. How do you think that's going to go?
I fancy us tonight. I think we lost a little bit of form, over the last few weeks. I think when we played Sporting Lisbon, and we really, I think we beat 1-5-0, didn't we? And we absolutely played. I think it's probably one of the best we've played all season, if not the best. And then for some reason, the wheels fell off a little bit, didn't they? Liverpool caught us up in the league and that. But we had a good win, just 2-0 against Burnley. But I believe it was a comfortable win. And we seem to have got our mojo back and our form back a little bit now. And hopefully we can put it into tonight's game. I've thought for the last 2 years we were going to win the Champions League, and for whatever reason it hasn't happened. And this, I want to turn around and say I'm confident this will be our year, but I don't want to talk it up too much because I've been doing that for the last 2 years. But looking forward to the game tonight. Atletico Madrid, really, really good team. But I think City have shown, and I'd like to think you'd agree with me, when they are in full flight, full swing, and on top form, they're the best team in the Champions League. You know what I mean? And it's about putting it together on the night, isn't it? Though that's been the problem. We've looked great, looked sensational, and then right at the final hurdle, with the wheels have come off. We need to get it right this year.
Ricky, we could speak to you for hours, but I imagine you're a busy man. We'll let you go. Thank you for your time.
Cheers.
My pleasure. Nice to speak to you all.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday morning 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.